When Hurricane Maria slammed into Puerto Rico last September, electric power was lost throughout virtually the entire island. More than half of the U.S. territory is still without electricity. By coincidence, Bill LeBerge, a solar entrepreneur from Dorset, had been working to build simple, easy-to-use emergency kits to assist Vermonters when the power went out here. The application of the kits to the emergency in Puerto Rico was immediately obvious, he told us in a recent interview where he described what happened next.
Well, so how this all began was I have customers who live in Danby and they have relatives down in Puerto Rico, and we had already talked about sending solar down there anyway because it's sunny and they had a lousy grid. That was before the hurricane. So then after the hurricane, it became an emergency. And so what we've done is we're already designing packages for homeowners. Even in Vermont, we lose power. What do you do when the power goes out? You need to be able to run your refrigerator, your water, have some heat in our case. And so we're designing packages that are just a couple of solar panels and one battery that'll get you through 8 hours of power outage, or size the kit according to what people need. And so we jumped on it and said we need to do this down in Puerto Rico. For the first one, the prototype, we sent Haiti, was her name. We sent her on an airplane. She literally got on a JetBlue plane with a bag full of electronics, with a charge controller, an inverter in the bag, and solar panels. And so we had to design the kit that she could carry on the plane with her. So I trained her here, showed her how to put everything together, gave her instruction sheets, wanted to make these things as plug and play as possible.
In the video clip supplied by Grassroots Solar, Haiti, the lady who brought the solar kit to Puerto Rico, showed us how it went on the other end.
Today I am going to, the first step is to install the Whizbang Junior and the shunt, which is going to be a critical component of our emergency solar system. So this is where it needs to go. First I'm going to take out the screw so I can access the panel. And now I take my purple wire, I thread it through with the other wires. Under some other wires. By the way, I'm not an electrician and this is the first time I'm doing this. Through this little hole so that I can put the lid back on. And now I'm using a very simple paper clip here to press down on this little clip here so that I can insert the wire. And there we go. It's installed. First step done.
She got down there, brought it down to her aunt's house, put the solar panels up on the roof, set up everything, turned it on, and for the first time since the hurricane happened, her aunt was able to use her sleep apnea machine and get a good night's sleep.
He showed us how they worked.
Typical off-grid solar system. So basically we have, here's your charge controller here, and that is hooked up to, the solar is coming in. We have it actually going through a breaker here. So there's a breaker box here, and then the power goes into the solar charge controller. The charge controller is connected to the battery, and then the battery is connected to the inverter. And so what happens is, we've got a solar panel. The solar panel is plugged into the whole system here. And so when the sun's shining, this is the inverter, and there's actually a place where you can plug in an extension cord here, or you can plug in whatever AC equipment you want. This is about the size that we sent with Haiti, because this size could fit all into a duffel bag.
Okay, now we're ready to turn on the system. We have the wires that are connected to the panels on the roof. All of the panels are connected together, and then we connected them to these wires. One is going into the breaker box. The other wire is going into the controller. So we're ready to turn it on and see what happens. On go the breakers, and on goes the inverter, and it started up.
So we've got 3 different types of packages, and what we're doing right now is we're partnering with NeighborWorks of Western Vermont. They are our fiscal sponsor. So we're going to go down the first week of February. We're going to bring probably 5 of the kits with us and work with 3 local electricians down there. I'll show them how to install the kits, how to interface them with each client's home and their service panels. And then through them, we'll also be able to use them as a retail outlet down there. And that's how we're going to try to identify 100 customers that we'll have.
Securing funding from various
I don't think we can
sources
come
is
up with
the
enough
next big step
funding
in scaling
by
up the project.
the end of January to ship 100 of them, because there's also got to be a shipping delay. So we're thinking that probably 5 of them will be when we're down there the first week, that we can show the electricians. And then what that'll do is that will give them the ability to talk to their customers and see about rounding out selling 100 of them.
The silver lining may be that this is an opportunity to replace older technology with something newer and renewable, he said.
Haiti said her relatives are spending $450 to $500 a month on fuel for their generators that they can run 4, maybe 5 hours a day. So it doesn't take long. It's pretty easy to do the math to see that this is way more economical and it's sustainable. They don't have to keep buying fuel.
But the island, especially in the rural areas, face a long road ahead before life returns to normal.
And they've been told they're going to see power in 6 to 8 months. I would imagine it'll be a year.
For the GNet TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.